Ahoy there, mateys. Last time I uploaded a video, it was talking about the new Halo CE remaster coming out later this year. And continuing on with that trend, we have yet another remaster, and from Ubisoft no less. Ubisoft today has a fairly negative reputation. I've even seen some people online call the studio Ubislop, but if this remaster is anything to go by, then I'd say that there's hope for Ubisoft, and moreover, the Assassin's Creed franchise as a whole. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Resynced understands what it means to be a remaster. It's not just a graphical overhaul. The developers went out of their way to add new characters, new stories, new side quests, all of which that don't interfere with the pre-established story from 2013. And they even gave more fleshing out to old characters with that, let's be honest, kind of desperately needed it. For the record, I'm not saying that these characters were bad in the original. Far from it, actually. I really do think that there's a reason the most well-known quote from the original is, "In a world without gold, we might have been heroes." But each character has a small little extra moments in the remaster, like the scene at the tavern after Blackbeard's death, or the short conversation with Mary Reed atop the windmill after the Lawrence Prince assassination mission. These small things tend to make the characters feel more real, and it makes the ending that much more impactful where Anne and Edward realize that everyone is gone. One of the criticisms that I'd like to address is that I've seen people talk about the softcore RPG mechanics, and I really do say softcore because these things are pretty much non-existent. Yes, you can upgrade your ammo capacity, health, weapons, and have all these stats, but at the same time, these were all in the original. I've seen TikToks of people out there saying that the game is overly reliant on these, but that's just not the case. The RPG style mechanics are faithful to the original. The only difference is that there's slightly more upgrades to the Jackdaw this time around. Combat this time got an overhaul too. With Unity being the real last Assassin's Creed game I played before this one, it feels entirely refreshing. But it's not overly unfair either. With time, you could pull off some incredibly stylish combos that feel both elegant and brutal, and I just love the little snarky quips that Edward says when getting a takedown kill. It makes you feel just as cocky as a pirate should after making a Spanish or British soldier look like a chump. The one thing I will say about the combat is it feels like enemies can get cheap shots in pretty frequently. There's been a lot of times where Edward will be exiting a takedown animation and unable to parry, which results in me taking damage, which can be extremely annoying if it happens to be an agile enemy that lands the hit. Also, for whatever reason, it feels like enemy vessels spam the fuck out of fire barrels now. I'm not sure if that's just a me thing or not, but it can be a tad frustrating. I did actually read earlier today, though, that these are bugs and will be fixed in the next patch, so maybe this is a moot point. But as of right now, these are some issues I noticed with the combat. Kenway's fleet makes a return as well, and there's not much to say about it this time, unfortunately. I feel like they oversimplified it in a lot of ways, but you actually do need a diverse fleet this time around to succeed in missions. In the original, I had like 10 plus man of wars that just never failed, so having stakes in Kenway's fleet is a very welcome change, and the animation of ships leaving the Great Inagua is a great touch as well. Speaking of Great Inagua, upgrading the manor and buildings around the island actually have an effect on gameplay this time around. Upgrading the shops gives you better gear to purchase, as well as a few outfits like the Privateer outfit, and upgrading the manor nets you some passive income, which is nice and could feel like a worthwhile return on your investment over time. In the original, all you got was an achievement, so these are all very welcome changes. That kind of leaves us with the elephant in the room, the store. I'm the first person to say that microtransactions like this are awful, and if I'm being honest, these things feel like they're ripped right out of Call of Duty's shop. Glowing skins with ghost dragons and fire sales, I'm sorry, but these are just ridiculous, and I feel like they belong in a multiplayer game like Sea of Thieves. Just a side note, I love Sea of Thieves, but this was the only comparison that I could make. And for about $10 a piece is insane. On a $60 to $200 game, it reeks of corporate greed, and it has no place in a single-player experience. That being said, I am well aware that these are not required to purchase, but that is no excuse for them to exist behind a paywall. If these skins were able to be earned in the game just like any other cosmetic, I would not care. I personally wouldn't use them because I don't think they fit the pirate aesthetic, but them being behind a paywall is a bit scummy. Overall, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Resynced is an amazing experience. If you like the original, then you'll love this remaster. Hell, if you like pirates, then you'll love this game. It's a masterclass of a remaster, and Ubisoft should be very proud of themselves. I wouldn't actually mind seeing every game from Assassin's Creed 1 to Unity get this treatment in all reality. This game is so good that any negative reviews online I feel like are from people that weren't willing to give the game a chance no matter what was released. But what do you guys think? Is this remaster a contender for the game of the year? What Assassin's Creed game would you like to see get resynced next? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. In the description of this video will be the links to my other social media platforms, as well as my Discord if you're interested. A like and subscribe always helps, but it doesn't take much from you guys, but it means the world to me. As always, thank you all for watching, and drink up me hearties, yo-ho. Yeah, hey guys, sorry, it's XxGothforaxX here. I've been using these candle wax melts from Magic Candle Company during my playthrough that smells like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride from the Disney parks. If you like scented candles, I highly recommend playing with these. It makes the immersion feel that out of this world. I wasn't sure really where to put this in the original script, but I really wanted to include it. So yeah, it goes without saying that I'm not sponsored by the Magic Candle Company, but I figured that these are just a little recommendation on your next playthrough of this game. So thank you.